and to just sit back. And that's why it always happens. So from that perspective, I understand. But of course, no, Navi, you got to hold them to a high standard. That's all it is. They're just really high up there. Now, the other problem for Navi is that Bit has not been implemented well at all. He's not been performing well. I don't want to blame that on Bit, because I feel like I don't even know what position he plays on this map. It's not as clean cut as it was with Navera, for example, who slotted in nicely. You knew he was always on Arch. Like, with Bit, it feels like he's in a new spot every single round, and I don't even know if they're helping him integrate into the team. So we haven't seen great stats from him. He's rocking like a 54 ADR with like a 10 kill average and like all of the maps they played.
Rough stuff.
It's not great, and I don't want to blame him for it.
Well, this is an interesting position. Elige was up on the railing, and Boomic gets a little bit closer, finds him, takes him down. 5v4 for Navi. Comes back at it, and sure enough, gets the fadeaway headshot into Grim, so this is good. He sees another. Gonna take a couple more shots. The problem with the CZ is that it runs out of bullets pretty quick. He's got 3 bullets left for this entire round.
Tough. Yeah, this is great, doubling up with his teammate to
but he
get
can go
info.
grab that other weapon. Yeah, they're gonna go get it together. Minimize the risk and also maximize the chance at grabbing yet another kill.
Quiet, right? Oh, he'll pick it up. They heard this.
For sure, but simple. Well, he peeks out perfectly from Library. It's actually Perfecto with the headshot in that engagement, and somehow Team Liquid, they've just scrambled into the A site. Maybe they can go for this desperate bomb plant, but Electronic's gonna focus in on Stewie and stop that bomb. Navi, no bomb plant given over, and only a single death by Boomic, who picked up those opening 2.
Without looking at the stats, the first time around they played against Liquid, the one thing that stood out the most, well, first, the 2 things are Boomic and Electronic had a really bad map on Inferno. Electronic was really bad in the pit, and, you know, we're talking about top 5 rifler, consistent throughout 2020, you know, first map entering the new year, and just like really, really bad start. So, but then after that, Electronic has really stepped up overall. On the desk, they called Boomic maybe the most impactful player on Navi at this whole event, right? So that's a huge step up as well, because you can look at how high the stats have risen. So we already seen a good start here for Boomic. Simple, spotted on the archway. They've got the crossfire, and they are crushing. So once again, it looks like it's one of those positions where I'm like, where does Bit go, right? Like, sometimes he's Arch, sometimes he's lane. Pistol round, he was on B. But he can't be that good that he can do all of that.
Right.
In fact, we've seen the opposite.
Yeah. He's not the everywhere man.
Yeah.
But obviously, poor Team Liquid gets smothered in that one. No kills back the other direction. This leaves Navi in a weird spot. 3 MP9s and an ump. Famas, the most powerful of weapons for Navi in this one.
Yeah, this is a round where you want to take over halls, you want to take banana, you've got all the nades you want, and you don't have the ability to keep distance with anyone. You're not winning any. You're not going to win any round by retaking with guns like these. So the only issue is that because Liquid know they have these guns, you want to try to be inconspicuous about what kind of round you bring to the table. So they could delay some of this aggression, but ultimately, you know, playing back and trying to trade with just MP9s isn't going to be too good. So they've stuck Bit here inside of Cubby. Simple on guard, and Boomic is spotting on banana. And Liquid know that this round should be free, but it could also be such a tragedy if, like, SMGs get 5 kills here. Like, build the money up.
Could be a really bad warning sign of things to potentially come if you're on the side of Liquid. But still no contact. Navi have not shown anything here in the 3rd round. Not offering a peek in the least. Solo B defender, however, for Navi, and sure enough, Team Liquid start heading this direction with heavy numbers. We get that rotate back by Boomic. Now, Perfecto still has 1 smoke, and that would have to be thrown from CT. Team Liquid, they made that compromise. No, only 1 AK, tons of Galils, but tons of grenades with it. So let's see if that makes the difference as they come in and commit with the full hit. Boomic, oh, him and Perfecto combining well enough for 3 MP9 kills off of the side of the smoke. That gives the man advantage over. Good banked grenade drops Fallen to 58, and 2 CTs around through construction.
Well, could be kind of even. In fact, I mean, tipping towards the CT on the retake. Well, T's have spots. We'll see what happens.
Both in the back of the site. Elige tries to peek around, damaging Simple the 16. And Simple just sticks into the corner, gives Bit a chance to bail him out, but neither of those kills are going to work. Elige, very strong position, very strong shots, and Team Liquid follow through. They just had to get past that initial crossfire of MP9s, and it's smooth sailing.
Yeah, they beat the odds here. Elige somehow doesn't take any damage, though. Neither Bit or Simple even hit him. And that's it. I mean, he stays at quad. It's such an important part of the post plant, and with the good guns, they're in a strong spot. But it's still majority deaths. It's still 3 kills that go to the MP9s. There's still a bye here for Navi, so it's a semi-successful bonus round. It's a win for Team Liquid, but it comes at a cost. You have the Galils in play. There's a save on the horizon if they lose. They've got to be very careful here. And the only thing that they have that's a really nice advantage is the amount of grenades, just the sheer amount of grenades, right? We still have Simple, who doesn't have any. That might give him an edge if the round goes on a little bit longer. Potentially a free frag. That was definitely a peek in by Stewie. Simple falls off all too quickly, thinking that he's playing on lane. That's a good amount of map control for Team Liquid.
Wild to think that the analyst desk, have as a valid point in arguing that Boomich could have been the most impactful. We have seen a few maps where Simple wasn't necessarily needed, or for whatever reason, didn't kind of hit that star-studded form.
Yeah.
But obviously, everybody knows he can. It's just a matter of if tonight's one of those days. Time will tell. As Liquid start to round the long corners, Boomich is posted.
Interesting. I mean, they're going to know about the smoke.
Electronic's going to try to test the side of it. And Stewie's just been left on his own. That's going to be perfect for Electronic. Nobody watching that as Stewie goes for the spam. Now, there is going to be pressure here on Bit and Simple. First off shot strong. And Bit not extending dangerously yet, but Electronic gets killed. Bit will take 2 kills as Boomich finds one over their shoulders. Navi locking down this A site.
What I think is most important to point out here is, look at Electronic. He's sitting on Arch, waiting for that smoke to come up, but he can't actually do this if he has to worry about CT spawn. So if Boomich doesn't rotate over from B, he doesn't have the ability to just sit and wait and see what happens on the smoke. He's got to make sure his teammates are safe, that CT doesn't get overrun by T's going through Archway. And so the fact that Boomich makes that rotation and tries to gamble over towards A is really what tips the scales and makes that look so easy.
Boomich is going to get a face full of liquid. And it's Elige and Fallen. Wow. Combining for 2 kills over on this B site. That is not how the plan is meant to be. Now, the one saving grace was that bomb got dropped back on ramp. And sure enough, it gets stopped a second time. That is the critical turning point. Because if not, that B site's open. Fallen used the weapon to get the additional kill. That's everything. Now Simple, he's still standing. Nice adjustment with that flick. Fallen, he could die to the grenade straight up. It's chip damage on both. Elige and Fallen, the 2 players that combined with lackluster guns to get this round started, have to finish it as well. But they're met by smoke, and that slows things down.
I think he heard that there was 2 players now. But with the time coming off, Fallen's going to make the rotation around. I think this is a threat that they wanted to have in a little bit earlier for Team Liquid, but there is still enough time in the clock to kind of do whatever. So he will make that marathon rotation around through Arch, and Bit's just cross to the best spot possible to really hold here. Might be kind of a 50-50, but he has the advantage of the smoke for now. Simple's here watching the flank, and he has got his back covered as well. So that's a punish on Fallen. And yeah, a Hail Mary situation, a perfect 2v4, really. I mean, whoever took leadership in that moment deserves a lot of credit, because they were deliberate, got to their positions fast, and all picked great spots.
Yeah, as Elige and Fallen are coming through with this.
This is insane. These are 2 Glock kills.
Yep.
Yeah,
and it's off of that push that we see Bit and Simple go immediately down middle.
Yeah.
I believe it was Bit who picked up the first kill on the bomb carrier.
Yeah.
And then Simple just joins forces through middle. That definitely could have been a way for Liquid to kickstart a mini comeback.
Yeah.
But they've got a gun round now ahead of them. Still, a 4th round secured by Navi, surviving a frantic engagement. Stewie versus Boomich. A battle of the IGLs, and it's the North American to walk away with it. Headshot into Boomich and an easy 5v4.
This is interesting. I think they try to make it a bait setup so that if he gets 1 kill, then they whatever, but they're trying to lure him into B because they have 2 people already rotated. sitting on site.
Perfecto lowered to half his health. So far, this is Stewie's round. He's done everything.
This is interesting. They are coming back here, and Simple... Honestly, when Simple rotates, like, usually he's, like, 100% correct. He's so good at figuring out where to stack, and I think he really just moves of his own volition. They're going to try to punish this peak, but we'll see if they can.
Changed to the frag. A bit of bad timing. Stewie has survived like 4 fistfights at this point. Down to 12 health, now down to 8. Constantly being peppered as they boost Perfecto upwards. Grim's gonna die to that one for free. Now we're equal. Bit could come in big. Sprays for 2 kills. And Elige now over top of Orange. Simple out through smoke. Tapping with the Tech 9. Clears the board and keeps Navi rolling. He is 9-1. And like you said, his own entity throws himself at the B site, and that's the proper call. And then Bit, this was crucial. Takes 2 players who aren't even really fighting back with him.
Yeah.
But those were critical kills to allow for Simple to go for a risk,
Ooh.
like pushing through the coffin smoke.
That's excitement right there. That's Boomich dying early on in the round. And again, that does encourage Liquid to come forward into B. It's a little bit later on, but they stuck to the stack and even reinforced it with Simple. And you know when they go down 4v5, they're willing to take the gamble. So very strong start here. Now, there are narrow margins, though. It feels like Liquid could have won a few of these rounds. So it's not something where you want to say that Navi are out of the water. And actually, you know, the more excited you get, it's because the more kind of like fortunate you feel in some of these situations. So I'm sure... the Navi guys are not feeling comfortable just yet. Now, all this being said, it has been amazing to watch, like, Liquid and Fallen. And Fallen feel like he's adding so much value already to the team, like providing the op, the extra nades, the extra leadership. It feels like it's been just the right amount.
A good addition of clutch factor as well. He's won some rounds in their series. Electronic from the graveyard stairs. Not going to be too concerned with anything elsewhere. Just focusing on balcony. Pops up, sees Fallen, confirms him on short. 7 bullets is enough to finish the job.
Yeah, this is about as good of a start that you'll ever see from Navi on this map. Did you say Bit is 9-1?
No, Simple.
Okay.
Settle down now, but Bit's actually 9-2.
Okay.
After that last round.
That's definitely his best start so far on the team. For those who don't know, he's only playing on Inferno for now. Gestation period. This is the first time that Navi have ever tried a 6-man lineup, and they kind of just asked Flamey what map he prefers the least, and that was the one that where the substitution happened. But yeah, so far, I mean. Yeah, I've been focusing a lot on like what Navi have been doing, but the calls for Liquid are good. They're getting away with a lot of map control. They're not really losing the opening kill too easily. In fact, Stewie's had some success in terms of picking the sites. It's good. They're giving a lot of love to both Bracket and Top Banana. But it feels like Navi are really trusting the reads in a way that's quite dangerous here. They're actually correct again about what might be coming in their direction.
Oh, Simple's right on the cusp of a peak. Do it. Imagine. Throws a frag in response to the smoke, and it's on Grim's head. Not the most fashionable hat.
He didn't see anyone right at the corner, but Simple is staying inside of the B site, but Boomich is now turning the corner down B. However, Grim is right here on the left.
Not checked.
Yeah.
That's a big pickup from Grim, especially at the 30-second mark. Creates a little bit of ambiguity.
That's a bit confusing, though, if you're a T. You're like the time versus rotating back.
Is it worth? And then Electronic, well, he wastes no time getting aggressive on short side. Bit drops bomb, dies to Grim. And then Perfecto cuts out with a crucial kill on Stewie. But Elige uses the verticality of the balcony to find the follow-up frag. And that's a big one to get because it keeps the man advantage. We have Simple in a clutch.
Actually drops the op and spawn.
Plays the AUG instead. Simple's the reason Grim's on 45 HP, and this smoke blocks off the pit player, so if Grim doesn't go for a peek here, it's going to take Simple a long time to go digging in those corners, and that flash, perfectly timed. Still Simple gets a bit more damage, but that's a big round from Grim.
Oh man, shout
from
out to it.
eating a grenade at the start to getting 3 kills by the end.
Oh, totally. Speaks to his composure completely. Really nicely done. I actually think that it's actually so rare to see people leave someone on logs these days, or anyone at the bottom banana on an A hit. I mean, usually people are pulling 5 to try to get their entries. What's up?
This out bit with a notebook.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder what we've got in there. That'd be cool to get to see. What if it's just doodles? No, that is really cool to see. Okay, we've got Blade calling up something to go over what they should do potentially next. But here, finally, you know, the grind pays off for Liquid. They were already doing pretty well. They just had to remind themselves that, like, the rounds did look good. And then finally they win a round. It's like standard. They go for B control. They go for top A control. No one dies. Then they have to make a decision. They make the right one. They find the entries. So that's good. And yeah, they punish as well with Grim, who ends up being a really important part of the end of the round.
Yeah, getting the kill on Boomich, and then really crucially, I think, wasting no time running over to the A site to trade out that second short kill. Because it looked like it was just going to fizzle out. Maybe Bit falls into the bomb site, but Grim comes sprinting through mid and ensures that that one goes punished. Makes a difference in the end, or else we would have had a Simple versus a Liege 1v1. Incendiary at the feet of Stewie forces him back to logs alongside Grim.
There's a lot of pressure from both sides. No one likes eating late grenades, you know? So as soon as it goes quiet, you can tell people get very nervous. The Ts are a little bit more willing to sponge some of this damage if it means, like, they could get a peek or keep information, which always makes them a scary force to fight with. And now I think they've got kind of let's see what this means for the round. Bit checked his notes. Off into the Cubby setup. This time Simple's not on Arch with him. He's over in pit. But they are coming in his direction. Wow, quietly. Ooh. Very quietly.
Elish goes to check it. Bit can't manage for the second kill, but still, it's an opening. Elish goes to hard clear it. With the lesser weapon, that's a big duel to pick up.
I personally would like to be. Yeah, I'd like to be the CTs here after that kill. Even though it's 4-4.
20 seconds.
Yeah, the time.
Electronic now has vision as the smoke's faded, and Stewie, it didn't even look like he wanted to commit to it, but he gets wrecked. And then Simple inside of the pit is ready for any kind of utility they may throw at him. Electronic's just going to throw himself inside of the site where Grim has a chance to plant.
Oh, he can
Simple's
plant.
still alive, and Naf hunts from above. Oh, Simple predicts it, goes for the second peek and misses his shot, but Nafly sure won't. Now it's on Boomich and Perfecto. An even retake. Naf's got a smoke over towards the pit. Boomich runs in. There's Perfecto's impact off the FAMAS, but Naf, he's got that bomb somewhat planted for him, and the headshot through the box. Wide swing and the clutch from the Canadian.
Disgusting.
It's Team Liquid to a third.
That's dirty. That's the 1v2. Yeah, that's the one to wake you up. Oh, that's a beautiful round from Nafly. And this kill onto Simple as well. He, Simple misses the peek back in right here. There's where the punish was supposed to be. You could see he slightly displaced it when he saw Simple go for the shoulder. And leave it to Naf to pull this off. That's beautiful stuff.
Ooh.
Of course, you know, you want to make them think that you're not going to peek, and then you peek when they're strafing out to their next piece of cover. Does that so well. Just pistols. That one breaks the economy of Navi. Now
Really important round.
yeah, now we've got a real game on our hands.
You could see it too. Liquid Camp, a bit of a pop-off on that. They know they've got an opening here. Two smokes still left for Navi. Turns out Elish is an MP5 user.
Does that change your opinion of him?
I mean, it's Elish. It's hard not to give the man credit. We'll see. We'll see. Versus unarmored players, MP5's pretty slick. Sounds nice.
I hate it too.
P250 gets the better of it. Not that poor Elish ever had a chance.
Wouldn't have happened to an MP7.
Right. Nobody else at this A site as well for Navi, so matter of time. As long as Liquid follow through here with their hunch, they've got this 4th round in the bag.
Yeah, they claw one back. You know, that's a close one. Like, they need the clutch. They need the Nafly clutch. But, like, overall, like, they look pretty good this half, right? Like, you can see, it's hard to say where the half will go necessarily. Navi still definitely not playing perfect. So we'll see what the rest of the half has to offer. And yeah, Fall on the T side. He's got the op for the next round. It's a situation where the op on T side, it's huge when you're in post plant. Before the post plant, it can almost be an Achilles heel. Before the post plant, it can slow you down on your executes. It can really like make it hard to refrag in certain positions. It can be a thing that just burns time off the clock as you're waiting, holding an angle that no one peeks. It's not often that anybody goes for a car peek on CT side. Like, when's the last time you've seen that at this level? It just doesn't happen. So for an op, it can really be a hindrance. But in the post plant, you get the op on quad, or you get the op on pit, or you know, wherever it is, either site pretty much, and it suddenly just swings the odds so heavily in your favor. So that can be a benefit of it. It also comes down to how Simple will play, but he himself cannot afford one. They've got all the utility that they want, but just rifles for Navi. A win here means it's still a very respectable lead, despite a small misstep. Boomich, he's in his favorite position, but they are taking so much damage for this exchange.
Yeah, and that frag grenade from Boomich, which had enough punch to kill either Grim or Stewie, kind of misses the mark. They left so fast, has to get away from that.
Yeah, this one's hard to call as well. Looking somewhat happy to gamble. Like, here's a spot where, you know, Navi would benefit greatly from at least trying to get info. Grim could be the guy to punish them one more time, but with an A hit oncoming, you know, certainly they're going to be scared.
These mid-round mid-walk-ups from Liquid.
Oh, bomb comes back.
Been a consistency. There will be no peek for Fallen to punish on that side of the A site. Navi having a faster rotate towards B if needed. Boomich gonna lay down the smoke.
Still 35 seconds, but
they flash through. Perfect flashbang. Stewie still able to get the better of it. That flash lasted so long from Nav.
Two. I think he might have thrown a second one. He threw one. Stewie shot. A second one came as he stayed peaked and then just totally punished for that.
Because he ate that thing.
That was wicked.
Full white. Perfectly timed. Team Liquid now going to be within one.
Maybe we could double check. It looked like Stewie like held his attention for another flash to come in. He definitely ate both, but yeah, that was definitely sick on the way in. Yeah, but here's a spot where, you know, it would have been really beneficial to try to get some more damage off earlier, like find something from. And here's the double stack inside the Molotov.
Fifth round, 4 alive. Liquid very much now sitting in a comfortable position on the T side. Counter-terrorists still reeling back economically from these round losses. So, how the tables have turned.
Yeah, that is the one right there. This is the one that it does them in again. They invest something. I mean, okay, they just level off. Now it's just kind of a scary half-buy situation for Navi. They've got a couple of rifles, utility, and pistols.
Ooh, disrespect. Simple's going to stick this M4 down middle. And he's almost got a Liege in the body bag, but then he knows he has to do something. And Fallen's going to keep him locked in. Fallen's really good at kind of getting those punishing kills.
Yeah, though, I mean, he had to get the first kill, and then he could make a sequence in ult, but after that, he's just screwed. Like, he knows he can't peek lane at bottom stairs like that. And that's when the op actually helps a lot.
Of course, Electronic, the other M4. And that one's sitting here on the B site with 3 players of Navi. Team Liquid a very tempered pace this evening.
They have been slow, yeah.
Nice and slow.
Sure, for sure.
Do you think that kind of stuff punishes a team like Navi?
I don't know, because Navi just gamble. So like here's a round where they're supposed to gamble, but it's always scary on the T side. So the fog of war, you got to make a choice. You can't really get info without sacrificing a player. So that's something that always slows them down. But so far, they haven't been coming to timeout. Like, they've been executing with enough time to spare. We'll see if another comes in right now. So he's got to clear this. And he does get the memo, but Boomich gets a kill and some damage off. There's another player in the site.
Yeah, Grim's on full HP. Perfecto back behind new box. CZ's not going to get that kill, but here's Electronic. Double kill and the third. We get Elige back with a little bit of an answer. Let's see it, Bit. No armor, P250, but a single bullet could get the job done. Elige not quite sure where to look, and with 8 seconds, he tries to commit to this bomb plant. Bit doesn't peek, at least not until that bomb is planted, just barely after the commitment to it. We do have Navi with a robbery of a round, but big play from Electronic. Coming out from coffins, gunning down the first 2 players to his left, and then finishing off what was the damage from Perfecto.
Yeah, he did play it a little bit scared. He played it a little bit scared, but at the same time, he got the clock down to 5 seconds, so that there was no way Elige could recommit. Made sure that he would have definitely put the bomb down again if he had faked it, and just guaranteed the round. So that's it. So that's well done.
It still peaked him before Elige had time to pull his gun out. So at the end of the day, with the commitment, sure, the money slides through, but the money's not the issue. Navi just need these rounds. So they'll take one away. We get Simple immediately back into the op. Double AUG set up here for Navi. 3 rounds left to play here in the first half of the first map. Elige challenging within middle. Flashbang blinds him. Bit peeks wide. Could get a second, but instead decides to fall back.
Nice disengage.
Yep. Good discipline. Still plays around with the peek, just trying to gather that information. And he'll have to reposition, but yet again, we get this kind of setup where Boomich moves over into the arches as well. We saw it between Electronic and Boomich, where he was able to take this risk out from Arch, which is exactly what unfolds off the flashbang. 5v3 advantage here for Navi. Nav traded immediately, but such a sickening kill from him. We've got to get that one on the replay. Unfortunately for Nav, it gets shut down right off of the bat, and he is therefore stuck on a single kill. 4 versus 2, 50 seconds up, and Boomich gonna play this close smoke. Sees the legs of Fallen, and the wild spray gives him Grim at an 8th for Navi.
Yeah, scary when we come into the second half. You know, what kind of form that Navi can bring. We'll see. Still not over. It feels like an 8-7 game, but the score is not representing that for now. So a couple of chances here. I like how Liquid are using their entry fraggers. It feels like they're getting off a lot of flash kills. They're able to turn a lot of corners, like Stewie getting his way into B a lot of the times. He's getting the max amount of distance right before the flash comes in, and then is usually successful at getting the frag. Here they finally stop him with a counter flash and a little bit of discipline, as you mentioned, from Bit to fall back. So that's a nice sign for them. But yeah, this Stewie and Elige finding opening kills. It's making a big difference.
Sketchy moment here where if Liquid commit all of this utility, double molly the backside, it's not going to burn anybody out, but they're going to be confidently running with a protocol. And I mean, it's no stretch of the imagination to see a way where Boomich eats a flash, dies, and then an AK's given over. He's feeling the heat, lines up 2 players, only gets 1. Perfecto doubles back as opposed to sticking to coffins. So looking to prime his team for a retake. At least they've controlled the weapon, so Team Liquid haven't gotten away with an AK to put that as an anchor back sight. Navi absolutely have the edge in this retake. It's just a matter of making it work and making sure nobody goes big from Liquid. Their post plant has fallen, moved back, and Elige hits a pretty quick D because he's burned into the open. Oh, this is getting scary. Simple and Perfecto combined for that peak. Clear close corner. Naf only gets himself 1. Again, these T-pistols, 1 kill after 1 kill. Let's see if Fallen can come in big with a clutch. And no, not going to happen. Still enough time for the defuse. Navi with a 9th.
I think your fear was totally warranted. Like, we saw them play a similar setup where they've let players in. You know, eco or not, if you don't play with info, you're always at risk. It's not even just an Inferno thing. You do this on the A side of Overpass, for example. You let them too close. Okay. you let them too close to the goal line, and they can just trip over. They can get a lucky Tech 9 kill. They can get 1 kill at tumbles on, and it's very, very, very scary. And Boomich does eat that flash. He falls back. He luckily gets away this time. But yeah, they rest on fine margins. Now we're into the 15th round of the half. I don't know how to call this one. We'll see what happens.
Boomich up close. Ooh, almost a second for Stu, but Bit on damage control. Very costly, however. I mean, he's barely alive.
And Bit's playing
very
well. Yeah, he's definitely playing so much better than we've seen him play.
Top of the scoreboard.
Straight up top of the scoreboard.
He is 16-5.
We've spectated the impact. He hasn't just flown by and gotten these kills quietly.
I don't know what's written in that book.
Yeah,
maybe some kind of devilish incantations.
I want to see these hieroglyphics.
Damn wizards. But listen, we've seen kind of glimpses of brilliance from both teams in this half. We've seen moments where there could have been rounds robbed away for either team as well. So we're just getting a good action-packed adventure so far in the first half of Inferno. It's going to end, though. This is it. 15th round. It's either double digits for Navi or a relatively comfortable 6-9 half from Liquid. 30 seconds remain.
They're shut out on Arch. That bomb is walking into spawn, and we've got Perfecto. Or we've got one player on tree is going to hear this.
Yeah, but that's Bit with the 3 HP. So, I mean, a single bullet drops him, and he's going to get hard cleared. Here's Perfecto, no trade frag. Electronic gets the better of Fallen, and Perfecto peeks into 2 players not prepared. Gets the head of Grim. A 2v2 ensues with enough time for the bomb plant guaranteed. Now, the utility here for the retake. Single frag on Simple. But look at the players we're talking about for Navi. These are top 5 players of 2020. Versus Elige and Naf. Some of NA's best. One over there towards the new box. Naf looking for a chance to peek out. That flash comes out from Elige, but Naf can't make the most of it, and now Simple's crossed over to the barbecue. Naf doubling in from Coffin, good headshot. And now the time becomes a big problem. Electronic's just gonna have to run at this and hope he sticks the landing. If not, Liquid with a 6th. And sure enough, there it is for the North Americans. A 3K from Naf to put him at the top of the scoreboard and leave us wanting more. All a pretty par for the course first half. Mohan, concerns, criticisms, takeaways of the first 15?
I wanted to ask, like, did you notice, like, how ambitious Bit's role is on this map?
Yeah.
He's literally everywhere. He's on Banana, Lane, Arch. They had him doing, like, the hardest job possible. No wonder he needed a notebook. Yeah. And he actually worked it out. He's finally found the rhythm. He's figured out literally 3 different spots and how to play them well. And he's put together a really strong half, and now we see why Navi has picked him up.
Yeah.
That was my main takeaway. A real standout game from Bit, finally.
I guess if you're only playing one map, you better know how to play every position.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it seems as though that's worked for the first 15. Let's see what happens once he takes to the offense. We've got a fight down here in Boiler, and they're worried about the mid-peak, but it's Elige with 2 kills. A potential 7th round for Liquid early. They've kept 2 incendiaries, 2 flashbangs. And they've got 4 bodies stacked up towards this A site. Simple's going to go on a bit of a solo adventure, Indiana Jones mode. Trying to find something on Arch, but in the meantime, Elige walks away. Naf hears this. Doesn't want to be the reason that the A site unravels. So he takes it back into the bomb site. There comes one of those incendiaries. Simple. Walking away from Arch as Elige looked to get back into position. 35 seconds, and they could still leave for B.
Did he see him? I couldn't tell by his movements.
Simples? Yeah, I'm not sure either.
He's like running away from
right when he jumped, if he saw Elige in the Arch.
But I guess
maybe yes. Maybe
either way,
no.
yeah. I mean, it's got Elige going back.
Fallen inside of the graveyard stairs, gets cracked, and Naf inside sight. Oh, he gets there, knives out, and Simple, he's got himself yet another kill. Switching to the USP with 15 seconds. Oh, maybe, just maybe, had he sprinkled some magic on it. But Elige, he's going to finish this with a 3K of his own. That's how Naf finished the first half. It's how Elige begins the second, and Team Liquid trail by 2.
I mean, you send Electronic and Bit in the halls to get one kill, they better get one, you know? Elige taking out the laundry. Here, he's done both of them in, got away, final kill as well. And, yeah, it's on simple, no less. Bomb got stuck up on cold. Unfortunate for that, but okay, brings the game closer. 2 rounds to go to tie up, which makes this very, very interesting. I was I was given this one to Liquid before a game starts, like just kind of a free one. Their Inferno looked good last time. Definitely made some improvements. Fallen has definitely improved their Inferno in some ways, and we've got Nafly taking over some of Twist spots, you know, working halls and stuff, which has actually made a lot of sense when you think about the players. And I think that's worked out quite nicely as well. And now we're in a situation where Navi have a small lead. And we don't know what their T side has to offer, but at least we get the tie up.
Maybe trying to draw players into Stewie.
How are you feeling?
How am I feeling?
Liquid pick.
Man,
Confidence meter.
I just chose Liquid so that Moses wouldn't bully me again.
Got bullied by that bald fraud.
Elige ready to hold the arch angle, and that works out wonderfully for him. A little bit of chip damage onto Simple as well. I'm feeling pretty par for the course. I mean, the fact that Bit is so high up the scoreboard kind of still feels like an anomaly. And we haven't seen that from the CT side, so I don't know once this T side gets rolling what to really expect. That's why I'm just going to kind of pause for a second before I feel too strongly either way. But nicely done, Stewie. 3 kills off of the ump. Makes it look easy. 25 shots for 3 kills. That's a bargain.
Okay, but yeah, but he learned it from Boomich.
Yeah,
Okay, let's give credit where credit's due. No one does it better. Honestly, spectated this from third person. Hide the kill feed. Everyone would have said that was Boomich. All right. Well, what do we have in this rifle round? Enough for AKs, and looks like a Galil as well. A pause is going to be called
Tech.
Tech. Okay.
Tech pause.
You got the FPS bug today? I got it today.
I did get it. Yeah, we played a couple of games. 2 games today, early this morning. It was the broadcast team, myself, Launders, Maniac, Pimp, and Banks, versus the Blast production
Talent
crew.
versus production.
Talent versus production.
We're all friends here.
We are. We had to put our friendly
Game. All right, we'll save it for another tech pause. Hopefully something goes wrong. We know the FPS bug still exists, Valve.
Can't hide from us.
Yeah. We're going to keep talking about it.
Couldn't find me. And right now,
You're going to be dreaming about that one.
Navi can't find anything through these deep smokes. Liquid throws them down banana. We see the spam go out from Navi. Nothing netted from it. 3 players up close here on middle. Most notably is Naf with that ump on the wall.
Does that help?
An attempted body
does.
block on the smoke. Fallen just trying to peer. Maybe if you squint hard enough, you'll be able to find something through it. Let's see, because they're about to challenge. Naf actually activates. We've got Grim up on top of the roof, and damage done here, but Electronic picks up 2 kills, and that bodes very well for Navi. Yeah. Although, low health on both Electronic and Bid.
They're trying to get the... Oh,
this kill's important. This kill's a big one. A huge one, because Stewie is the only player left for Liquid with real HP, and now he's put his team in a mirrored situation of Navi's. But Elige, trying to find this kill towards ult, just let Bit slip by. Stewie buys time.
He got
Rotate
out,
comes over, 20 seconds to spare. And these T's have a bit of utility still to use.
Elige about to turn the corner.
Oh, perfectly timed flashbang. That shaves Simple down low, and sure enough, Elige just trying to sprint into the action. 1, almost 2, but with 10 seconds left, he's scurried them enough, splits them up, and means that Liquid tie this game at 8.
Oh, man. What was that? What was that? It was all because this push that Stewie pulled off at the top of Banana. This is Perfecto. It looked like he was trying to bait this push in, but then reloaded out in the open. Wanted to maintain vision, I guess, and got punished for it. Stewie finds that timing. It was the play that Liquid absolutely needed because Electronic went 2 for 1 on the trades at top mid. And honestly, that's another situation that's like Liquid favored. They had Fallen come through with that like slight body block with a player in front of it, plus another player on lane, and they only go 1 for 2 on trades. They were already losing from that moment. And Navi the whole time kept their options open at B with Perfecto there. So yeah, just a very, very close round. It's pretty messy. And it's a bit about the individual plays that came out. But with Navi taking that one, they've got another save out for Navi. Sorry, with Liquid taking that one, they've got a save out for Navi. And they're now burgeoning on max loss.
Armored pistols trickle in. Bit buying a smoke grenade late. Incendiary that pops in the sky.
Well, that's never good.
Not the intended purpose. Liquid not going to challenge Banana at all. A few pieces of utility, but they seem confident to just sit in sight.
Yeah, it's the same rule applies, right? For Navi, it can get scary in this spot. They have enough utility to extinguish his Molotov, run through it. Plus, they're so close to the bomb plant zone, and there's only 2 CTs here. No one's peeking lane or anything. So this is the right strat from Navi.
Not even a close rotate. We'll see if Fallen comes sprinting over. Incendiary goes out. That's a good lineup from Nav. 2 kills off of the FAMAS. Puts out the fire. Stewie's worried about a wraparound, and he should be. Simple. Oh! Gets snapped back on. That 90-degree flick from Stewie to deny him what could have been a crucial kill to crack open the B site, but that FAMAS goes dry. Fallen through smoke, finds the op shot, and I mean, Electronic, he's got so little to work with. And the frag grenade's fantastic. Fallen finds him, and Team Liquid find 10.
This one's definitely a little messy. I mean, didn't you feel like that guy was going to turn on Simple?
A little bit.
It did feel like, because like, you know, you're always like worried about someone coming through CT, especially got the front side smoke that was on here. I think Simple, if he had a few more seconds, I guess he could have lined up second oranges and that guy and then would have been the whole round in the bag, but they almost could have won with that kill alone. So either way, nice spray down from Nav from Quad, stayed alive for as long as he needed to. The molly came down late on him, took advantage of that.
And then Fallen full damage
It might
control.
not have touched him too, depends on, you know, which one they throw.
Gets a kill through the smoke and kicks this one off with a beauty of a headshot versus the buy round. 5v4 for Liquid straight out the gate. They fade away. Hunker on A. Navi's disadvantage on full display as the smoke falls in front of them.
You just needed to have that rhyme.
Slip it in.
I liked it. It was a good one though. It wasn't bad. I would have just said, okay.
What do we got next? What's in store for us, Navi? We've got a player here behind the smoke and a leash. Boomage seems ready for him. Who's going to win this duel? There's a chance that Fallen lends a helping hand. Alish doesn't have to peek off anything, and Fallen just easy pickup. Now Alish primed to swing out and really hammer down the damage. Sure enough, bomb on the ground. Grim worried that maybe they try to take the site in the meantime, but without that bomb, Navi have zero chance of really doing damage here. 30 seconds left over. They've been completely wrapped down from Banana, so this is save mode from Navi. Looking to hold on to 2 of these AKs. So far, so good, but Bit's still in a predicament. And Stewie gets the better of him. Perfecto 15 health, or Liquid really run away with this.
Yeah, unfortunately. Probably the most disappointing round so far for Navi in terms of output. They get the 1 kill, but like, it's a trade that doesn't have an impact, and oh no.
Hey!
Oh, he could die still. Yeah, that's still after time. I mean, it counts for something. It knocks off important utility or important economy for Liquid. Doesn't actually matter, but what's his money like now?
His money's down to $1,100.
You can buy armor if you'd like. Maybe just a full set of nades.
The fact that Fallen gets that first kill so clean is
Yeah.
why, of course, Simple's not expecting the corner, because he's just drawn over towards Fallen. So good by Fallen there to make sure he gets it quick and walks away. And then also, this is how the round began, right? Electronic up into the balcony room, gets a face full of lead.
That round was a bit too easy for Liquid, the kills that came in. But, you know, the new challenge, of course, for Navi playing Liquid again is understanding how Fallen will op on the team.
Am I crazy? Or have we had a change in seating positions for Liquid? Because I believe Stewie has moved one seat closer to Naf on the end, which puts Fallen in the center.
Oh, okay. No. You're not allowed to say that Fallen's calling.
I'm not saying Fallen's calling.
You're not allowed to say that Fallen's calling. Moses does not want you to say that Fallen's
I'm
calling.
saying Fallen's in the center. I don't know if he's been there the whole time and I just didn't notice.
For those who may be uninformed, historically, the IGLs, they sit in the middle.
But Fallen isn't calling.
Fallen's not calling.
He's just sitting in the center.
Just helping out. He's opping sometimes. He's helping Stewie, you know.
Maybe he's always been there and I'm a real nut job. The detectives will figure it out. Let us know.
Let's ask Anders.
We don't need to dig that deep.
I'd like to hear Anders' theory about this. It probably have something to do with FNS.
Yeah.
Probably go all the way back there somehow.
3 smokes for Navi to try and maybe game some rotations before the pistols commit to something. Bits cooled off. Mind you, all of Navi have cooled off. But I think he's sitting in like 1 kill this half so far. We are 5 rounds deep. Still not a single bomb plant for Navi either on this T side. Maybe this is the round.
Could be this round. Both these ecos so far, like, Liquid haven't done anything too interesting, so they're kind of always in a dangerous spot. Okay, leg shot comes in.
Ooh, and a miss.
Wow, he's just kind of re-peeking this, but they're not regaining any control of the A site.
That's a big risk.
All about Elige here.
Yeah, he walks forward. Simple's gonna hit him, but I mean, by the time Simple gets his hand on the op, everybody's dead. And Stewie, through smoke, finds that final nail in the coffin for round 21.
Let's relive Elige's frags. Okay, he's kind of like Electronic in this spot, right? Because, like, in these eco rounds where they get way too close, I guess Grim can also be that guy. By the way, really love that Grim is playing A. Been saying this. I mean, he was doing great on B2, but just seems like such a strong pit anchor by nature. It's actually a very, very scary A site right now. And then you've got like their mega carry, Nafly playing B, who's had an unbelievable tournament so far.
The Mega Fauna Sloth.
Mega Fauna Sloth. I've never heard that before. A Giga Sloth?
Oh boy. 3-round lead. Empty-handed T side.
Fauna like greenery?
Nothing. Oh yeah.
Or
Sorry,
the-
I always forget which one's Mega Fauna, which one's Mega Flora.
Oh, okay.
Big animal.
Okay, big animal. Perfecto. He's an animal. He's coming around like a Mack truck at the top of Banana, but Stewie is prepared for this. He takes some damage. And yeah, no kill, no refrag potential for Simple as he gets naded as well as smoked to a player who jumps out to safety. Big success in this round for Stewie. And now we've got the doorman, Elige, sitting on the archway. I don't think a flash is coming here. We'll see if it comes over, but I don't know if anyone's in position to throw one. Going off for the dry peep, but that's enough. Rotations are slow.
Fallen's getting curious, though. He wants to walk forward with this. He's got Grim by his side, so a balcony play would be perfect. But Simple, he gets that off shot, and, well, Grim, his back's turned to bit. Stewie's trying to come in from Library and find impact again, but too difficult at this point. Fallen, he had the shadow of Simple coming around the corner, but Simple a little quicker to the trigger. And so we've got Navi puncturing through the A site at last. 6 rounds in a row for the CTs. They doubled their round count at the start of this CT side, and now it's Navi's turn to try and take this back.
Thank God, this is getting boring for a second. Some life in Navi. Very nice trade from Bit too, to jump up like that after Simple gets his kill. And I was going to say also, like, Fallen, I mean, he loses here, but we've seen him. I mean, the cool part about bringing him onto the roster, like, provided he does get back into the form that he was, like, right before everything really blew up on MIBR, first half of 2020, something like that, he can out-op anyone. He can, right, on his best day. At least you have that potential with him, so that's nice. Based on his interview, he seems totally confident he can get back to that level.
And we've seen it.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like, you know, I when we saw that interview and we saw what he aspired to achieve,
Yeah.
I think the big question was like, but can you?
Sure.
And now we're starting to see glimpses of it. He's had some really nice shots, really good scout play as well. So just overall, his scoped weapons are on point.
For the record, I believed him. I said until like it shows otherwise, I don't see why he couldn't. Because right before MIBR did blow up, he brought his rating on HLTV up like mad.
Yeah.
So it was looking like he was going to have a really fantastic year, if not for everything in the team going south.
Lesson, by the way, megafauna is big animals.
Big animals? Okay.
Megaflora, big
Big
plants.
flowers?
Yeah, plants, mushrooms.
I did not know fauna was animals.
Yeah.
Huh.
Look at that.
Cool.
You're not the only coach, Lau.
I am the only Coach Lau, though.
Flashbangs to the top of the middle, and we're getting an op peek. Trying to get it again, right? Simple. He got a taste of Fallen last round. He wants second servings. And Stewie will kill Boomich, but Perfecto is deep in T-spawn, so that's a trade right back.
Yeah.
How bad off is Liquid because of that?
That's actually, are they, I don't know. They got some info, but they do split up like so evenly. Arch is what's open, but it's hard for Navi to read into this. And they're so committed to the halls. Another very strange round, but 2 players left in pit, ready to be attacked, pounced upon. And the attack is definitely coming. If Liquid want to go and get some info on B, it's already too late. They're going to need to make a gamble rotation, and they don't seem like they're in a position to do so.
So let's see it. Double pit anchor falling on the off, watching short. Now it's all on Grim. Player falls right into him. He comes back with a second headshot, dropping the bomb, but there's Electronic to get him as his head is turned.
That was...
Still, 2 kills from Grim makes this one doable. 6 seconds. Simple just onto the site. Now he has to commit to this. It's Naf versus Simple. Kid on Naf, up on Simple. 13 HP, all he needs.
Cue that replay up. Let's watch the trade and include Simple wall banging pit for no reason, because that allowed Electronic to drop into pit and get that frag without anybody watching him. This is through the wall into Fallen's head.
Damn. And this is Simple getting dinked, but not missing the shot.
And when he took that shot into pit, that's when that pit player got killed. The drop off on a balcony. That came down to just the smallest, most important decisions possible.
Ooh,
That's a good combo between him and Electronic.
Now we got Navi on the full buy, Liquid with the lesser weapons. This is kind of like the same story we had in the first 15. Ooh, Stewie goes for the jumping mag 7. Does a little bit of damage. Perfecto's going to punish him for the peek. And that leaves Liquid in an awkward spot.
Whoa. It's a bit too good of a map for map 1. Wait, Fallen's 9 and 18? I thought he was playing well. I saw some good shots.
It's all subjective. Bit using the incendiary, gets his head taken clean off. Elige sets up the barbershop. Puts us to the 4v4. Team Liquid, single smoke on Grim. And he's all the way around in the apartments. Grim, oh, he made sound.
Oh
He made
God.
sound. Was he heard?
On land, they don't hear that.
Yeah, I think, yeah, the way Simple reacts, or does he? Grim's gonna get the headshot onto Perfecto. That drops bomb, 30 seconds, but there was a big, crucial kill coming in from Electronic on the A site.
God.
For just a second, things look scary for Navi, but they recover, and they recover strong. They get that bomb onto A. Simple just juggling weapons. That's a very ambitious shotgun shot.
Yeah.
Maybe the P250 hits him. No, sir. Electronic coming back, so Navi all tied this game at 12 rounds apiece.
I'm not sure. I said on LAN They wouldn't hear that. Online, I did expect also, like you said, that he heard that. But when he ran by, I was like,
What?
Not exactly sure. Fine margins again, man. This is one of those games where there's just too many rounds where like too many rambunctious things happen that it's too hard to be like, you know, analytically speaking, like this is the most proper way they could have played this. There's so many ridiculous kills and like close rotations that have come through.
There's no point in analyzing a mosh pit.
Well said.
You just follow the flow.
Well said.
Flail your arms around and enjoy yourselves, folks.
This is a really good start for Navi. We'll see if the retake comes in, but they've avoided all the grenades.
Ooh, except for Boomich. Oh, the fire starts to creep to his feet. He's right on the corner of this. Stewie's gonna eat the flash. Boomich gets the headshot. That's a matter of milliseconds, and Elige gets punished by the off. Now it's on to Nafly. He too taken down with just a single kill. I can't believe Boomich survives all that. And of course, Simple using those bodies in front of him to just send shots over the bow, sink ships to the B site, plant bomb, and give Navi a lead back.
Yo, there's so much chaos right now, it's hard to see, but Simple is literally chewing grass on the top of the mountain at the moment. He's in mountain goat mode because he's been getting these insane trades. He's been getting these insane trades with his AWP on A and B site in very close moments where there could be like nuclear spray downs from Liquid. It's an AWP that got that kill in CT spawn. When Elige tried to P, he got the trade. It looks like a rifler's getting the trade. It's Simple in the back getting the trade. He's quietly creeped up to 23 and 14.
Boy. And Grim goes down.
Can you do the goat noise again? Here's the trade in spawn. And then this one. He goes over his teammate's head. Watch, he crouches. Perfect. Like synchronized swimmers.
Simple's in GOAT mode, which means we could see him really start soaring up the scoreboard. He's 23 and 14 now, putting a bit of distance between his teammates. Bit maybe forgot the notebook for T-side, because Electronics now surpassed him as well.
Probably ran out of pages with the amount of stuff he had to write down just for CT.
Oh, double nade. Yeah. Bada boom.
That makes things a little bit more comfy.
Especially as they're looking to secure a 14th round off of the back of this one.
Yeah, true. True.
It's been quite some time since we had that spree of 6 CT round wins with no bomb plant for Liquid.
Being so frisky here at top mid. Ooh, all these pistols coming close. Bit doesn't need an adult. He is just fine by himself. Electronic will find another and all down. Yeah, like a stack of dominoes.
5v4 off of the double frag grenade, shifting back over to the opposite side of the map, clearing corners, solo and apartments. Navi are on fire.
In the power position, they're on fire. 2-round lead, winning most recent rounds, of course. Yeah, that's wow. How'd they come back into this? It was looking very like
with 5 rounds straight.
An interesting match.
That crucial 1v1 clutch as well.
And with those 5 rounds, they built up a decent amount of money. Simple's lived the most, so he's touching 10K. Electronic with just about 6. And that means that there's not going to be an easy route to match point. They've got to win 2 rounds in a row versus rifle rounds that is Liquid. Whereas Liquid themselves, they're going for broke right here and now. This could be the whole game in a round if Navi win this. I'm not going to rule OT out based on what we've seen so far. So if Liquid win this, even though it's hard to get back, and Navi will still have money, I think it's entirely possible.
(24 and 14) Simple. And this A-site setup does not instill confidence for me.
It does look a little bit frail. They're missing a player. They've got a player behind a smoke at Arch. They're finally going to rotate over. And see, Fallen has eyes down B, but will he be able to get a kill? He is getting pretty frisky with it. Perfecto's chilling. This is interesting. I mean, it doesn't feel like Perfecto's going to turn the corner based on how he's playing this. But they're starting to come back to B now.
Yeah, this could be such a turning point. Ooh, Fallen gets the one, jumps, and even dives into the cover. Because Perfecto can't get that trade kill, we could still watch Navi commit to the A site, but that's the stack. We have Stewie move back closer towards B, fallen deep in the site itself.
They got a pick. They can actually...
Here it comes. Commitment onto the B site. Stewie's gonna get flashed off of this. Fallen can't quite find a target. Perfecto, he could go over, and Fallen scoped in. He hears the movement inside of the site, gets the kill. Simple finding Fallen right back, and the bomb's planted, but Elijah's smoke spam's good. Simple's going deep. We've got Elijah already crossing over. He hits that flick and pushes his team one little bit closer. Just a bit. It's still the man advantage. Naf still makes the difference, but there goes Grim, and Bit with a double to give Navi their 6th round in a row, and 15 to the scoreboard. CT economy in shambles.
He is forging diamonds with coal. This is so nuts from Simple. This refrag, every single kill so far has been insane, and he even gets the tag on the jumping player back in spawn. He's shrouded by his teammates that take some attention away from him because it's not all been in the clutch. But if you're really watching the context of these rounds, he's alone in these moments. If he misses his shots, he dies. If he doesn't get these kills, there's no guarantee that his team wins. He's on a special level and somehow fitting into the core on the attack every single round. He's a hard guy to get to. This is... Yeah, this is definitely like peak performance from him.
And Bit as well, I think, playing as a bit of an X factor here on Inferno.
Definitely.
You know, a project that definitely had justified question marks around it. How long they were going to keep trying to get Bit into position on Inferno. Into all the positions, it seems. He gets 2 kills to close out that last round. Pushes himself to the 2nd highest fragger on Navi.
Man, I can't believe how much how much impact he's having T-side opping on Inferno.
Of course, Liquid, the silver lining is, even though it's not a great buy, there's still tools to work with here. Utility strong from Liquid, but look at this commitment. Boomich is going to try and challenge into the B site. Naf is so close, and he gets the better of it with the FAMAS. Flashes continuously being thrown over top, and Electronic looking to hone in for the refrag. Naf still in position. A little bit of shots coming from the ump on the left. Electronic, he's in a bit of a pickle, but oh, even blind! He gets that headshot, denies Stewie, and maybe Elige picks up these pieces? Maybe Navi just redirect.
Oh, there's too much chaos. They're rotating off of the A site. The bomb comes back through lane. This is Grim alone, and he's about to leave.
Oh, he throws himself into the site. Elige slowing things at B. Big moment for Grim. He came to Europe and succeeded alongside Liquid. Gets the first kill to Bit. Jumps up. Tons of damage, but Simple still has the better of him. And Fallen's frag grenade flies forward. On the mark, but not on the money. Simple's got a slight gap, and that's all he needs. Fallen's taking it down to the 2v2 now that he's removed. And Simple's coming at it from a completely different angle. Misses that shot, and it's gonna cost him. Perfecto's inside of the pit, swings, and it's Elige with the 2K, Liquid with a 13th, and they are still fighting for OT.
Finally, he gets granted a lifeline. Elige throws one out for Liquid. I mean, that was so damn close. It felt like Simple was gonna do it one more time in a row and literally bring this to 16, kind of despite both teams clearly playing perfectly, right? There's just so much chaos, and Simple's just thriving in it right now, but at least they keep up. Nafly, such a confusing position for him at the first. Oranges gets the kill on Boomich, knows that Electronic comes out. He gets spammed down at the Oranges from Pool. Teammate tries to remove that threat, pushing him with a deagle. He's spamming back, just trying to stay alive. And then Navi make that really interesting move back to the A site. It's the correct one. They've convinced Liquid that it is going to be a commitment to B site. And they end up being wrong about it, but they still survive. And this is why I don't want to rule out the possibility of OT. We've got Fallen back on his op. Everybody's got the nades they want to. They finally win a round. And now there's not going to be any fatigue, you know, just 2 more. And we can go to overtime. Simple looking for 30.
Elige, who comes in with that massive 2K last round, he is, of course, still taking to the top of Liquid's side. 24 kills to the 29 of Simple. tension's thick in this 29th round. We've got a little bit of a boost going on. Oh, excuse me. No. That's just Grim back by Balk getting aggressive. Oh, he's starting to clear these corners, but we've seen Bit in these delayed apartment peaks. He's sure enough right to Grim's left.
This is interesting because they're watching this from the back. It depends how the peak is. He goes wide from it. Oh, but Grim takes care of himself. He's all good.
Huge pickup. And Elige, he falls off of middle, trying to get over towards Arch, which was momentarily left open. If a smoke grenade lands in front of him, maybe they slip into the CT spawn, but Elige plays on the side of it, and Boomich predicts this position, takes that fight, and brings us to the 4v4. There's 30 seconds.
Yeah, they threaten the mid-B split. They can know that Liquid are going to try to retake lane. Let's see if they read into it properly. Fallen mollies this off, but 20 seconds.
We've seen this fight between Fallen and Simple got the better of him last time. They're going to jump into it. Fallen finds one and following damage. Grim in the exact same spot, but he's been seen, and that could spell disaster. Further damage to Perfecto, but it's just not enough. And because Navi have 15, it's Naf and Stewie 2K who have to come in clutch. Perfecto low HP, all the way back inside a pit. Simple sits in sight, and Electronics over there on Mini. Stewie's gonna be that front runner. He's gonna be the first contact. Naf gets a chance at a shot. No response, and as he jumps, Simple pinches for 2 kills to close. Navi taking the map choice of Liquid, and now it's the North Americans, the last NA team in this event, facing elimination.
Well, that was goddamn exciting. Loved to watch that. It is, and it could be a key map in this veto, but it's not even one that I expected Navi to win.